Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Class Clown Pagan. I'm your host, Antonio Pagan, and as always, this channel is your #1 stop for almost everything Looney Tunes and Star Wars. And as you can see on this table, this is a Star Wars video, because today we are going to be taking a look at set 75250, Pasaana Speeder Chase, one of my favorite sets from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. This includes 373 pieces within 3 numbered bags and originally retailed for about $40 or so, and comes with 4 minifigures, well 3 minifigs and 1 droid, as you can see right here. So let's get loony and start off with our minifigures. Up first we have Rey, who has some excellent details on her torso. I mean, this robe that connects all the way to the bottom, and her belt right here, and her lightsaber, which is basically the same as all other lightsabers, but that's fine. Here's her hair bun, the back of her torso with the back of her belt, and her hood. There is no hood accessory, unfortunately, but that's fine. She does have an alternate expression, as you can see right here. You can see, like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, these are the boots, of course, but these are like her bare legs, I think. These are the rest of the robes that connect all the way to here. Doesn't show on the back, but that's fine. But yeah, that's Rey. Now here is BB-8, who I call my favorite Star Wars droid. I mean, look at the detail on this minifigure. I mean, there's like a one piece right here. I'm not sure why they couldn't leave it like flat piece, but maybe if you do want to put something on top of BB-8, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate. But let me show you all 4 sides real quick. Here's one side, the second, the third, and the 4th right here. Oops. Now here is the 4th side. Well, let me do one last 360-degree turn. It's so much fun what you can do with BB-8. I mean, you can't really do that much because it's just like one, like, it can't really roll, but at the same time, it's Lego. It would be kind of hard to produce like a rolling BB-8 as you see in the movies. But yeah, here is BB-8. This here is a First Order Treadspeeder Driver. And do not worry, we will get to the Treadspeeder in just a little bit here. But this is basically your average quote-unquote First Order Stormtrooper, except there's a little printing right here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a black and red printing. Well, black text and a red symbol. Same angry clone face as you can see here. Let me just do a quick side-by-side. Comparing it to a normal First Order Stormtrooper, it pretty much has like the same details, except on this one, it has a little printing right here and of course different legs. But yeah, that's going to be the First Order Treadspeeder Driver. And to wrap up our minifigures, this is the First Order Jet Trooper. As you can see right here, he has the red symbol and the black text. Same thing with the back of his jetpack. Here's the back of his torso print. But yeah, this is a really cool jetpack. I love how this is one big piece and we have a little 1x1 tile. Here's the helmet, angry clone face, blaster. Sorry about that. It is kind of hard when you don't have a tripod. But yeah, this is really cool. It does have the exact same legs as the First Order Stormtrooper that I showed in a few seconds ago. But yeah, this is a really cool minifigure. Now on to the actual set itself. Now here is the First Order Treadspeeder, and I gotta say, I really like the way it rolls. It has a really big tire right here. Well, not big, but rather long one. And I gotta say, this is really, really fun. Here we are with 2 stud shooters. I'll make sure I pick that up. Here is one side. Here is the back. And here is the other side. Now this is where the Treadspeeder Driver sits down so he can control the speeder. And this is where the Jet Trooper sits down. Let me show you. Here they are on their respective spots. And pretty much you can just play around with it all you want. There is no way to launch the Jet Trooper. I guess you have to use your imagination. Just by doing this, you can just lift up the Jet Trooper from there. But yeah, this is really, really fun. I really like the colors and the overall tire and the stud shooters. I mean, why would you want to deny something like this? I mean, this is pretty cool. Now here is Rey's speeder, and I gotta say, this looks very, very, very colorful. Obviously, there's a huge difference. This has a tire, while this one does not. The only way that you have to kind of play with this is like to pretend you don't see these spots right here. Pretty simple, right? And I really like how there's a flag here that you can play around and wave around. This is where Rey grips on just to steer the speeder, which I'll show you in a bit. We have a little engine right here that's kind of, oops. As I was saying, this engine's kind of liftable a little bit. Okay, sorry about those previous takes. This pretty much lifts up and down. I can't really do it on camera because it keeps on breaking every time I show you guys. But here are some stickers that are supposed to represent the ripped paint. However, that's not the deal with this sticker right here and this one. And I gotta say, these are really cool stickers. I mean, if you look at it in a certain point of view, like after you're done building these sets, it feels like it's all like a printed tile. You really gotta look at it like that sometimes. And unlike the Treadspeeder, this only has one stud shooter, and it's a red one instead of a green one. And here's another sticker that represents ripped paint. Here we have these, I don't know what these are. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section down below. And here are these little tubes. Now let me show you how Rey and BB-8 go on here. Here are Rey and BB-8 in their respective spots. BB-8 goes in the middle of this 1x4 tile, while Rey here... Now it's actually a little tricky with Rey because her right hand is supposed to be steering right here, while her left hand is supposed to be wielding her lightsaber. But yeah, let me do one quick 360-degree turn so you guys can have a good seeing. Very cool now. But yeah, that's going to do it for Rey Speeder. We just have one more set to look over. This last section here, I don't really know what to describe it as, but if you want to describe it as like a festival stand in the background of your Festival of the Ancestors, you could call it that. There's a little chainsaw, a shovel, and like a little grapple hook right there. We have a little flag on top. Not sure what these are supposed to be. Like, I guess these are like the top of like the... I don't know what these are. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm not too sure. Excuse me. We have a little ladder with some binoculars and a little clipper. And on this section, there is actually a little crate. And I think there's another way of playing with this. Let me show you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the crate actually goes behind BB-8. So if you want to play around with it in order to escape from the First Order with it, you can actually do that, and I actually find that pretty interesting. But yeah, that's going to do it for my review of the Pasaana Speeder Chase, one of my favorite sets from the Rise of Skywalker. Really fun builds with really fun play features and one little background accessory. Now, there is one con that I have, is that Chewbacca isn't included in this. I mean, I do have Chewbacca, but Chewbacca is in Rey Speeder, if you recall correctly. And I think if they were to include Chewbacca, maybe he would have been perfectly like right around here. But that's no worries. I mean, you at least have Rey and BB-8, and you have a little Treadspeeder Driver and a Jet Trooper. So no worries about this. So I'm going to give this set a 9.7 out of 10. A really, really fun set. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to consider to like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon so you never miss out on another amazing Looney Tunes and or Star Wars video like this one. And while you're at it, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you like about this set? Because I have a lot of great things to say here, especially with the Treadspeeder Driver and Rey Speeder here. But anyways, that's all for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. And until next time, may the Force be with you always, because that's all, folks.